So good morning students. Today we are going to start with the new chapter time and motion. So let's start the chapter now, right? So for the time and motion we will be firstly discussing the topic of rest and motion. That what is rest and what is motion. So see, I am having a cap here, right? I put this cap here. Okay, so let's count 10 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Again, the cap is here at this position. Let's count 10 more seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Again, you can see the cap is there on its same position, right? So, that means this position when the body is not moving, it is fixed at a point. Okay, so that position we called as the rest position. Okay, now see, I'm slightly changing its position, right? So let's stop at this point, right? Now initial position of this cap was this one, and now it reached a position here, right? So there must be some time interval in reaching of the cap from this position to this position, right? So what that means, the cap has shifted to a new position. That means it has changed its position with respect to this copy, right? Or you can say with respect to certain time interval. Now the cap has shown what? It has shown a movement, right? Motion from one place to the another place, right? So in the same way we classify some objects as at the position of rest or at the position of motion. So what is rest position? So we call the objects or the body at rest when they don't change their position with respect to time. That means they are fixed to that position and they are not changing their position with respect to their time or with respect to their surroundings. Okay, and similarly if we are saying that the body is moving, that the body is in motion, then it is changing its distance continuously with the time. Okay, so one position, then second position, third, with respect to the certain time intervals. So the different types of motion the body can show is rectilinear, circulation, circular, rotational and periodic motion. So all these motions you have basically studied in your previous class, where the rectilinear motion means that the body is moving in a straight path, right? A car moving on a road, a bicycle moving on a road, that shows a rectilinear motion. Circular motion, that means the body is moving in a circular path. The spinning of a top, okay, so that is a circular motion. Rotational motion, that means the body is fixed to some axis and it is showing its motion to that fixed axis. Like the example of merry-go-round, okay, rotation of a wheel, they are the rotational motion. Periodic, to and fro, the motion of a pendulum, where the body is basically going back to its original position and then moving, then going back. Okay, so this to and fro motion we called as periodic motion. Okay, so now here we are going to discuss the next thing. See, if you are having a bicycle, right, and you are going to the school with your bicycle, okay, so it takes more time to reach the school by the bicycle, but in the same, if you have to cover the same distance with a bus or a car, then it takes less time to you to reach the school. That means there are certain objects that take less time or that take more time to cover a certain distance. Okay, so by this we can classify them or their motion as slow or fast. Okay, so when we are saying a body is slow or fast, okay, so we have discussed about the motion firstly, that if a body is showing its change in position, then it will be called as a motion. Okay, now the motion is further, you can see the body, it can move fast also, a body can move slow also. Okay, So an object that takes more time to cover a certain distance is said to be slow, right? Similarly, if an object that takes less time to cover that particular distance, so that object we called as the fast. Like I have given you the example of bicycle, right? So if you are going to the school with your bicycle, it will take more time, okay? So at that point you will be saying that your motion is slow, okay? And if you are going through a bus or a car, then your motion will be fast, okay? So you will take less time to reach the school for that particular distance, okay? So this is the concept of slow and fast. But here I have taken two different examples, an example of bicycle and an example of bus, okay? But a same body, it can also show slow and fast motion. How? When you are moving on an empty road, you move fast, right? And similarly, if you are moving on a busy road, right, there is huge traffic, so your motion will be slow, okay? So this slow and fast motion of a body is basically expressed in a term that we called as speed, okay? So let's discuss what speed is actually. So speed is the distance traveled by the body in a unit time, right? So what distance the body is covering in a particular time interval in a unit time, that we call as speed, which we can show it in the formula of distance traveled over time taken to cover that particular distance, okay? So this is the formula of speed, distance traveled over time taken, right? So if we discuss about the units, so units of distance we normally measure in meter, kilometer and centimeters, right? For the time we measure in minutes, hours and seconds, okay? But here the standard unit for the speed that we will be selecting, the distance will be selected as meter and time will be selected as seconds, okay? So standard units for the distance and the time that are going to give you the speed, the units of speed, that are meter and second, okay? So here if the distance traveled I am selecting as in meter and the time taken I am again selecting as in seconds, right? So the standard unit of speed will be meter per second, right? Slash means we are dividing it by seconds, okay? So these are the standard units of speed, meter per second. But you must be knowing their conversions also, because we are going to use them in the numericals, right? Where 1 kilometer is equal to 1000 meter, 1 meter is equal to 100 centimeter. So you must know their conversions also. 1 hour is equal to 60 minutes and 1 minute is equal to 60 seconds. Okay, so in the numerical problems we will be doing their conversions also. Okay, so I hope you know their conversions, but the standard unit of speed we will be selecting as meter per second. Okay, now there is another term speed as total distance traveled, obviously by the body, divided by total time taken. So why we are adding the word total here? Suppose a car is moving and for the first 15 minutes it is moving or it is covering a distance of a1, okay, with certain speed, right? For next 20 minutes, suppose it is covering the distance of a2. See, the time has changed and the distance they are also changed, okay? So if we want to calculate speed for these particular change of distance and change of time by a one single body, so then we will be calculating their total distance and their total time. So for the first 15 minutes it covered distance of a1, for the next 20 minutes it covered a distance of a2. So the total time will be 15 plus 20. So now this is going to give you the distance, the speed for the distance a1 and a2 covered by the body in the time interval of 15 minutes and the 20 minutes. Okay, so if the same body is covering different distances in different time interval, then we will be calculating their total distance traveled by total time taken. Okay, so now coming to the next concept. So do you know a tortoise, it can move or it can cover a distance of 8 centimeter in 1 second. That means the speed of tortoise is very small. 8 centimeter per second. And similarly, if we count or if we know the speed of the satellites, right, or rockets, you know, that are present in the space that revolves around the earth, they travel with a speed of 8 kilometer per second. That means for the 1 second they are covering the distance of 8 kilometers. And similarly tortoise is covering the distance of 8 centimeter in 1 second. Okay, so that means the units, they will be changed according to the speed of the objects. Okay, so the objects that move with more speed, or you can say objects which are fast moving, we calculate their speed in terms of kilometer per hour, right? So for them we will not be considering meter per second, we will be considering kilometer per hour because they are traveling very fast. Okay, so here I am going to next explain the two terms. One is speedometer and the second is odometer. So as it is basically clear from the name speedometer, that means it is going to give you the speed of vehicles, right? So it tells us about the speed of the vehicles, right? So the speed is 80 km per hour, 70 km per hour, 60. So in the same way, speedometer, it is going to tell you the speed of the vehicle, with which speed the vehicle is moving. Odometer. So this is an instrument that gives the distance traveled by the vehicle. Okay, so these both instruments, they are there in the vehicle, in the automobile. If you have closely seen it, speedometer is going to show you the speed and odometer is going to show you the distance traveled by the body. Okay, so with this, now I am going to proceed to the numericals of the speed topic. Okay, so this is about the theoretical part. Now we will be doing the numericals of the speed. So what we have to remember is, we have to remember that speed is equal to distance upon time, or if we calculate the distance, that is speed into time. Okay. So here is the first numerical. The distance between two stations is 180 km. A train takes 2 hours to complete this distance. So you have to calculate the speed of the train, right? So what we are given with? We are given with distance of 180 km and we are given with time, that is of 2 hours. Okay. So we know the speed is equal to distance upon time, right? So the distance is 180 and time is 2 hours. So 180 km and time is 2 hours. So this will be 90 km per hour. Okay. So if you cut it, 2 90s are 180. Okay. So this is the answer of the first numerical. So 90 km/h is the speed of the train. Okay. So distance upon time, distance is 180, time is 2 hours. So it will be going to give you the speed in kilometer per hour. Okay. So coming to the next one. Next is the speed of a moving car is 72 km/h. Okay. We are given with the speed 72 km/h. You have to calculate the speed in meter per second. Okay. So now what we have to do is we just have to change their units. From kilometer per hour to we have to move to meter per second. Okay. So let's move to meter per second. We know 1 kilometer is equal to 1000 meter. Okay. And second thing, we also know that 1 hour is equal to 16 minutes. And if we talk about 1 minute, right, this 1 minute will be equal to 60 seconds because we want our answer in seconds. So again we will be converting the minutes also. Okay. So this is going to give you 3600 seconds. Right. So speed 72 is given. We have to just change their units from kilometer per hour to meter per second. So 72 it will be written as it is. Okay. Now 1 kilometer is equal to 1000 meter and 1 hour will be equal to 3600 seconds. Okay. So your speed, if we cut them, right, so it will be 20 meter per second. So this is the speed if we are going to give the answer in meter per second. Okay. So is this clear? Right. So let's shift to the next numerical now. It takes 5 minutes from the house to reach the school on a bicycle. And if the bicycle is having the speed of 3 meter per second. So this is the speed given and here the time is given 5 minutes. So you have to calculate the distance between the house and the school, right? So here is the formula of distance, that is speed into time. So we will be using this formula, distance traveled is equal to speed into time. So speed it is given 3 meter per second, right? And time you are given with 5 minutes. So here they are talking about minutes and here they are talking about seconds. Okay, so we can't use two different units. So either we have to convert the minute to seconds or seconds to minute, because the speed is given in the standard unit of meter per second. So we will be converting this minute into second. So here the time is 5 minutes and you know 1 minute is 60 seconds. So what will be 5 minutes? It will be 5 into 60, that will give you 300 seconds. So here the time in seconds is 300 seconds. Okay. So here is the second unit and second unit, so they cancel out and distance traveled is given in meters. So this is 900 meter. 3 into 300 is going to give you 900 meter. Okay. So the distance traveled is 900. Okay. right? So let's move to the next numerical part. The odometer of a car read 272 to 1.0 km at 6:20 p.m. What is the distance travelled by it at 6:40 p.m. if the odometer reading is 27236.0 km? Okay, so what you are given with odometer, that is going to give you the distance. Okay, so distance is given at this time and at this particular distance is given at this time. Okay, so you have to calculate the speed in kilometer per hour, right? So firstly, let's write down what is given in the statement. At 6:20 p.m. distance is this, and at 6:40 p.m. the distance is this. So that means what distance the body has covered is 15 kilometers. Subtracting this from this, it will be going to give you 15 kilometers. That means between 6:45 to 6:20 the body has covered 15 kilometers. And what is this time interval? This time interval is 25 minutes. So between 25 minutes the body has covered a distance of 15 kilometers. So what will be the speed? 15 by 25, distance by time. So it is going to give you 3 by 5 kilometer per minute. Okay. So you have to calculate the speed in kilometer per hour, right? So you have to calculate the speed in kilometer per hour, but this value we are going to give you in kilometer per minute. Okay, so that means distance will be same, but we have to change, or we have to convert the time from minute to hour. So let's see the conversion. So 1 hour is equal to 60 minutes. 1 by 60 hour is going to give you 1 minute. And what will be 25 minutes? So 25 divided by 60 is going to give you 25 minutes. Okay, now see. So if we want to calculate the speed in kilometer per hour, this would be same 15 kilometer, right? 15 kilometer is fixed because the distance is given in 15 kilometers and we want kilometers. But the time is changed now. What is the time now? Time is 25 by 60 hour for 25 minutes. Okay, so let's convert this 25 minutes. So it will be 25 divided by 60. Okay, so that is going to give you the speed in kilometer per hour. Okay, so this is, so 5 3s are 15, 5 5s are 25, 5 12s are 60. So it is going to give you 36 kilometer per hour. So I hope these simple mathematical calculations you can do. Okay, so I just do the cutting here with the 5 3s are 15, 5 5s are 25 and 5 12s are 60. So we get 12 into 3 is 36 kilometer per hour. Okay, so this is your answer. A car moves at a speed of 40 km per hour for 15 minutes, right? And then at a speed of 60 km per hour for next 15 minutes. That means 2 speeds and 2 time they are given to you, and you have to calculate the total distance that is travelled by the car. Okay, so here I have made 2 cases, case 1 and case 2. For the case 1, when the speed is 40 and the time is 15. So let's calculate the distance, speed. So distance is equal to speed into time for this case. Okay, so now this is speed into time. Again, one is in minute and one is in hour. So we have to convert them. So I am converting here minutes to hours. So it will be 15 by 60 hour. Okay, so when you solve them, you will be getting 10. And similarly for the second case, when the speed is 60 and the time is 15. Distance covered, again, the distance will be speed into time. Okay, so this is the speed and this is time again. So when you solve it, you will be getting 15. So total distance, that means this distance and this distance. So 10 km plus 15 km is going to give you 25 km. So 25 km is the total distance that is travelled by the body. Okay, so I hope the concept of speed and its numericals, they are clear to you in this video.